Go ahead and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Raemiereyes and welcome to my YouTube channel. This week we are focusing on one palette and one palette only, and that is the Urban Decay Naked Smokey palette. And this is one of the newer palettes. So I was really excited about showing you guys how to do a smoky eye look with this palette, and so I hope you guys enjoy this. But without further ado, let's just jump right into it and let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Perfect Brow Pencil in the color medium brown, and I'm going to just follow the natural shape of my brow, kind of focusing a little bit more on the arch as well as extending the tail. So I'm making sure that they're both even and just as long as so they look the same, so they're sisters. We want them to look like sisters. So I'm going to go in with a pencil, and then I'm going to use the other side of the brush, which is like a little spoolie, and I'm going to brush out and blend those lines so that they're nice and even. And then I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade in the color Taupe, and this is just going to help make sure that everything is accentuated, pigmented, and colored in, and that everything is blended. Then I'm going to go through with the pencil one more time and use the brush on the end to make sure that those are blended in together as well. Next step, I'm going to go in with the Temptu Pro SB Concealer Wheel, and I'm going to use one of the lighter shades that is a significant amount lighter than I am. And I am going to use a concealer brush and just lightly follow the bottom line of my eyebrow, because this is going to help accentuate the arch of my brow, as well as help later when I put a highlight in this area to pronounce that just a little bit more. And then sometimes I just like to use my finger and make sure that that line is blended so it's not like a harsh concealer line under your brow. So now what I'm going to do is we are going to use the Naked Urban Decay Smoky palette, and I'm going to use the color Slanted as my inside crease color that is going to be a little bit in between each color for my smoky eye. And so this is just going to go right in the inside crease where your eye naturally folds in and in this area. And I'm using a bigger brush, that way it blends as I'm applying. Next, we're going to stay into the same palette, and I'm going to use the color Black Market and use the same brush to make sure that I'm darkening up just the corner inside crease. So it's just going to be from about halfway or a little bit less over to the end of your eye, and you're going to bring it in just a tiny bit and make sure that it's dark enough to be able to see the difference in between colors. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to now create our highlight. So I'm going to do same palette, we're going to use the color 13, and I'm going to use a Morphe M150 brush, and with that I'm going to just follow the bottom shape of my brow exactly in the same places that I put the concealer earlier. This is just going to now create a nice lighter highlight for the light to capture on a little bit later. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the color Smolder, and this is more of a purpley color, and this is going to be our lid color. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the brush and we're going to nicely pat in the color into the area on our lid where we don't have any of the silver colors that we had earlier before. So this product does drop a lot, so it's really important that you try to clean up as you go to make sure that you're not dropping all over your face, especially if you do foundation prior to your eyeshadow. Now we're going to move forward and we're going to do a nice dramatic winged liner. So I'm going to go in with Starry Eyeliner Gel in the color Black Asphalt. And with this, I'm going to create a very dramatic and big wing because I just like to have huge falcon wings instead of little dove wings. To learn a little bit more about how to wing liner, I do have a video that I have had out for a couple of months now, and it's on my YouTube channel, but I will link it down below, and that will give you more of a detailed description of how to wing liner. It's super simple, super easy, and you can do little dove wings or you can do falcon wings like this one. Now I'm going to go in with the black diamond coating for eyelash extensions. This is going to help take away any of the powder, any of the dust, anything that's left over, and also brush and seal in your lash extensions. And since I do have lash extensions, I do care a lot about them. So I definitely love this product for that alone because it is safe for my lashes and it helps as like a mascara. So I'm going to now go back into the Temptu Pro Concealer SB Wheel, and I am going to use the two colors that I always mix together, which are the second to darkest colors. They're a little bit lighter than my skin, but not too much. And then I'm going to go in with a little oval brush that is a smaller size. I'm going to make sure that that's going to be as my beauty blender, and I'm going to blend it in using these brushes. And then I'm going to go in with the Makeup Forever HD Press Powder, and this is going to set my concealer, and this is going to be considered baking. But we're going to just set this, make sure that there's no creases, no lines, anything with my foundation or my concealer, and go from there. Next, I'm going to go into my Too Faced Medium Deep Matte Bronzer, and this is going to help contour my skin just a little bit but more naturally. And I am going to go into the hollows of my cheeks and as well as forehead, temples, follow along the chin line here. That's just going to help accentuate, my cheekbones and kind of make it a little bit more slimmer, etc., etc. So to accentuate that just a tiny bit, I'm going to go into the Wet n Wild Starlight Bronze. And this bronzer is a little bit more on the dewier side, but it helps you look just a tiny bit more tan. So I am going to use the same brush and just follow the same areas that I've already gone over with the Too Faced bronzer, now with the Wet n Wild bronzer. Now I'm going to go in with the NARS Orgasm Blush, and I am just going to now put them on the apples of my cheeks, are what you smile with, and it's this little ball on your face here. Anyways, and then you bring it all the way into the hole of your ear so it's like a U shape. Now going back to my eyes, I am going to go back into the Naked Smoky palette, and I am going to use the color Smolder, which is the same purple that we use on our lids, now on the bottom to create more of a smoky, purpley, gray type of look, because it is the smoky palette, so we wanted to stick with smoky. Now for the bottom part of my lashes, I am going to go into the IT Cosmetics Hello Lashes mascara, and I'm just going to lightly brush over the bottom lashes to give them enough blackness, but not too much. Not too clumpy, because we don't want to be mascara. That's the thing. Don't be mascara. Now this is more of a personal preference, so I am going to go into the Makeup Forever Compact Shine On in the color Flesh, and this is going to make me dewier. So with that being said, I'm going to take a fan brush and I'm going to dust over the highs of my cheeks, which are my cheekbones, going down the bridge of my nose and a little bit across my Cupid's bow. And this is just a light touch, but it's more of a personal preference, so if you like more of a matte look, you don't have to necessarily do this. I just like to shine. So now one of my final touches is I'm going to go in with the NYX Peakaboo Neutral Lip Liner, and I'm just going to line my natural lip, as well as now I'm going to go in with the MAC Half and Half Amplified Lipstick, and this is just a little bit more of a neutral, mauve type of color, but it's more of a neutral because we are going so heavy and smoky with the Naked palette on our eyes that we want it to not take too much away from the eyes. Alright guys, there you have it. There is your smoky eye tutorial using the Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette. I hope you guys are digging this look because it was a lot of fun. It is a little bit more on the dramatic side, which is okay. But let me know your thoughts on this palette. Do you like this palette? Do you not? Do you prefer another palette to do the smoky eye? Do you prefer a Naked palette that is different than the smoky palette? Because there are a couple now and some people do have their favorites. So let me know your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section. But if you guys do recreate this look, please hashtag Raemieemkeup and IDoHairandMakeupArtistry. That way we can see all the inspiration out on the world. But also don't forget that I am doing a giveaway once we hit 500 subscribers on YouTube. So I'm really excited about that, and once we get a little bit closer to 500, then I will be giving out more details about that. But until then, share it with your buddies, with all your makeup pals. And until next week, I will see you then.